What the fuck's going on, guys? It's me, your favorite, not schizophrenic, and I'm here with probably a mild sprain. It hurts to move, it doesn't hurt to put pressure on it. Maybe I'm just being a baby. But look at this. Can you see it? Bam. And that goes up my leg. I'm just not going to show you how far it goes, you fucking perv. So we're going to walk. We're going to waddle our way to the bathroom. We are here in a small town in between where I came from and where I'm going. My tarot readers for today said that you're in a place in between. You're transitioning from one place to another. We want to reward you for your bravery. You're going to get a lot because of your uniqueness and the value that you have to offer from your unique perspective. And I was like, man, why won't the crow shut up? That's all I think about. I don't like how the emotions that I change when I change my programming, I change my focus, I change the thought form in my body. And these crows, which you won't see them because the camera's on, but they're all around these trees. And then when the kids show up, they all flock above here. And I've noticed that the crows, get the fuck away from me, fly. The crows, the evil crows. The crows have different tools that they use. People think crows just caw, but they have an arsenal of different things that attack the subconscious. They speak in tongues. The more you meditate, the longer you're outside, eventually I've had crows come up and literally it's like they're saying words to me in their own language. Like they're coming up and they'll park like right here. They'll sit there and look at me and they're trying to talk. They're going I did that and tons of butterflies are here. Really, they go fast. And the birds are calling because I transitioned to the Pentecostal tongue, which activated all the energy in the network that the crows sit here like nodes and they try to take. So mostly if you sit out here and meditate, you'll realize eventually, because they'll come, they'll post themselves up on a tree somewhere and then they'll start to go, and then all of the mass goes to them. They try to dominate the space. And the birds don't like it, but the birds are afraid of them. So when I meditate, see how I'm talking, I'm making it more comfortable and the birds are coming out. I'm making the space brighter. I'm making it more comfortable. I'm making it calm because I know how to speak after rigorous years. I mean years. I mean since I was born. Like if you see, I'm posted up on a, you can't see it, I'm posted up on a tarp with a blanket to keep the ticks away. Stuff I've learned in homelessness. And the way that I have this set up, I had a memory today when I was really young. I mean like 4 maybe. And I walked outside when my sister came to visit. My sister who's born the same day as Andrew Tate, who has African children. And she lives in Alaska, in the center of Alaska. And she works as the main server in a very, very nice restaurant, I think. Or at least one that is central to Anchorage. So it's like we've posted, like my family has posted up in positions that it's kind of like these souls on their journey come through at us. Like, even though I'm traveling and doing all this stuff, I don't really run into people. What it's more like is that I hold a space and the people walk through my space, and that allows me to attack what's inside them. And then I kill them. I kill their spirits. I push them back. My mind has guided me to this poster of a bear over here. The bear, lion, eagle. The embodiment of the wild. Do your research on I had an insecure thought, and then tons of people laughing across. Do you remember in 2022 when the world was laughing at each other all day? That's how they were trying to humiliate, because it's a war zone. Everybody's fighting each other. Now most people have realized that it's better to just shut the fuck up and focus. 2023, the year of the water cat, has taught them to pounce, and now they're incorporating the earth energies. The water's going away. The energy's more stagnant. Yeah, but astrology's real. The Higgs boson's real. Your thought forms your thoughts, intentions, and actions. And it's just they lock me in the network. So when I talk, I'm pulling everything from everywhere when I speak. And you can't steal it. You can try to steal it, but I don't think it'll work. I think that there's a higher dimension of consciousness that's protecting this. I think the people that try to steal me and they'll act like me for a couple weeks and they'll get some glory, they'll get a couple achievements, I'll start to feel like a waste of space, because I'm like, wow, I worked so hard to make something happen and it didn't work out, and then somebody just hijacked me for a week and then they downloaded it and then made something with it. They used my manifestation and they created something that got them a lot of clout. But it's because I care about everybody, right? If I didn't care about anybody, it wouldn't work. They had to make me so compassionate and kind that I automatically empathize with everybody around me. And I have trouble with boundaries. Because if I had boundaries, how I fixed it as an 11, is that I went out to find mentors and I took bits and pieces of everybody like Lego pieces. I didn't take it from them. It's more like they came into my space, and the codes that they naturally emanated, I was able to hear like a song, and I was able, using my years of music production and Legos and Minecraft, I was able to take my insides that I have a whole practice I could teach you, but I'm learning that these people don't deserve it. I earned it because I deserve it. You can see my whole face has changed. Like, go back through to like somewhere in September, or like the first couple videos when I left. My forehead shrunken, my nose is largened, my jawline has shrunk. Because they have me trapped. They have me trapped in a psionic prison. There's like things tethered to me, feeding me like the mind flayer. Hear the crow? So all the things are like, what are you gonna do in life? I am gonna smoke. They're saying your mission's gonna be so successful. You're gonna have everything you ever wanted and more. And it always comes to me when I'm in doubt. And they also say, like, a lot of it, so I'm saying that I'll get a tarot reading that will explain me perfectly, like long hair, surrounded by green, man and beast. You might have Sagittarian energy in you. I see a lot of Taurus energy, and this is like, I took this year to cultivate Taurus because that was my favorite sign this year. Taurus season with Taurus, Aries through Gemini. It's like that last cusp of Aries into right before Cancer season was the best time of the year so far. Everything else has just been like wandering around on the outskirts of meaning and importance. When I went back in those seasons, it was like every day was a movie. I felt so like I was able to control the energy so much better. The songs I made were so meaningful. The relationships I built were so important. Every moment was like the best TV show I'd ever seen. And then at the very end of it, people with the same signs as the people that I was fighting. So I was fighting in Aquarius all day. I knew what it was like. He was using his Aquarian energy. I'm going to tell you, he's going to use his Aquarian energy to be able to see this big narrative and to be able to push out this high vibrational. Aquarius is the highest vibration on the zodiac. And it deals with narratives because it's fifth dimension and fourth higher dimensions. So he was using his narrative energy as an old man. The guy with the bear cat, when I'm making the album called Bear Cat, and now I have all this bear stuff. So we don't know if he's real. We don't know if you're real. But for whatever reason, I'm saying that his Aquarian energy, he was using it like a vacuum, where he was able to question and take in the entire story and try to convert it. It was like every time I saw him, his whole face and body was shaped more like me. He had grown. Literally, we were the same height when he was like this on me. He had suddenly grown, this old man. So if he's a reptilian shapeshifter that was assigned to be there, I don't know. Because life is so much bigger than we think. So these things could make this guy just for this journey, which is just like a speck in the minds of the creator. But for whatever reason, he was taking on my mannerisms every single time I was pulling down a manifestation from the heavens. There's the butterflies going right to left, and I'm getting a reminder of a tarot reading at 11:11 that I saw, that there's a rich man watching. They know who you are. There's a rich man watching that likes me and wants to recruit me because of how unique and skilled I am. You have no idea what I can do. This is me under so much trauma and depression outside, fighting lone warrior against a culture designed to destroy it. They took me, a Sagittarius, which their whole Sagittarian, and it's real, whether it's a belief system that's structuring my consciousness and I've been programmed since I was born to believe it, or I just prefer it, or it is my natural sense. I feel it's more my natural sense, for real, on God, no cap, is that Sagittarians have to be free. So everything that they're doing is trying to push everything away so that they can philosophize and come up with their own thing, because their job is to incorporate the heavens with the beast, with the feral, what the earth has been doing for thousands and thousands of years, this aggressive, disgusting, territorial nature of the beast, with the philosophizing meaning, everything could be so much better, and you incorporate it together, and that's why Sagittarians are the most confident. You feel me? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Bah! So I got followed. I get followed when I take the chance and I blaze through and I wake up to the realization that everything is so bullshit, and I was settled into fighting off the energies of the system that I was trapped in, when really I'm an adventuring nomad that goes places. But they made me a Sagittarius, which is the two, not to brag, the past 30 years, Pluto was in Sagittarius. And then it moved into Aquarius. So to have all your signs in Sagittarius and Aquarius means that you're the embodiment of what the generation was feeling, like the mold that the generation was in, the thing that guided the back of our consciousness that we were moving forward towards, the thing that structured our generation of carefree, philosophizing thinkers that are aggressive, as we just moved in towards the infinite knowledge of everything, and now we're trying to blend the two. So it's like a world full of dragonflies. We're becoming the bubbles that we were living inside, when at first, when we were born, we were just a driving force through an uncertain world that we were trying to figure out. The natural curiosity of Sagittarius. You fucking bitch. Oh my God, I do this. So I have that. So Sagittarius Aquarius means that I'm like this giant explosion of high vibrational energy, constantly fighting a world where they base their entire system off how dark can you get. That's what Vermont is. It's a lot of people sitting around like this, hunched over, rugged, fighting through the forest, trying to get money for guns and get trucks. It's like the South without the friendliness. Mixed in are all the hippie communes in these forests, the generations of hippies that came up here in the past, that the military and the white people would practice their drone strikes on. When they would do runs and they would test out weapons, they would test it out in the hippie communes. That's the people I'm around. So I go in and I'm dealing with it. I'm looking back now and I'm seeing that the person that followed me around the other day was a police officer from the place that I'm trying to go. place that I'm going next, that I set in my mind I'm going, and I spoke it out loud, and I told the public, I'm headed here next. This is where I think I'm gonna go here. There was a big flood. I'm gonna try to go help out. So as I leave, I descend down the mountain on my bike as fast as I can, and then I pass the perfect vision of the girl that I would kind of fantasize about. Like if I had a girlfriend, what would I like in a girl? And like the exact everything that I had imagined. When I put all the pieces, like, what, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this should be here. The way that I make things in my mind, the way that I make songs. And then as I'm leaving, right at the edge, before I cross a bridge to get down to the hill to leave, she's standing there. But her head's down like this. And she's walking weird. Like they all seem like they're on like it's like the bumper cars, when the bumper cars are driving around, but they're all attached to this thing that can't let the bumper cars go off track. So no matter where you drive or what you're doing, you can't go away from where these bumper cars are attached to the ceiling. They're moving around. That's what the people look like when I go into town. It looks like they're all the bumper cars driving around each other, but they're all stuck to the same thing. And I'm just not in that thing. It's like I'm just, everywhere I go, I push it away. And that causes the bumper cars to all try to bump into me. And I'm like, I'm not even playing. I'm restructuring the system that you guys are attached to while you attack me. But she was there. Then I went down and I went to my favorite store where the people are the nicest. And then I can tell the moments of the songs. I can tell when I'm free, how the system reacts. So, and there's a giant bird going right to left, right in front of my face. So I get there, and then immediately previous gang stalkers from when I came to this area. So the people that I felt were my gang stalkers that would keep showing up to try to scare me and guide me into the making wrong decisions or whatever would show up, and they all showed up at this one place when I went in to get my last piece of fried chicken before I left. And then I went in and moved to the side because I'm like, I'm not going to deal with it today. I'm tired. I've been through so much. I haven't slept. I got trespassed because I passed out for 20 minutes and they caught me. I'm ready to leave. I'm just going to blaze the trail again and see where I end up. And then the guy comes in and he completely expresses my energy. It's me. He looks like me, but blonde and bald. But the feature, it's like me if my features were all elongated. Like it's like looking in a mirror if you push the knob up to elongate all my features. If that makes sense. Like I have photographic memory. I have a lot of creative stuff. I can see that. I can tell the difference in the micro expressions. And he talks like I used to talk. He says everything I used to say. And I got to see myself from a different perspective. Now that I've learned everything that I had just learned, I'm able to look back and see the flaws in how I was functioning before. And I was able to see that a lot of the problems is because of the police rituals when they would attack me for years. Now I understand that that's them trying to infiltrate my network and try to kind of rope me into their game. And it sucks. It feels like rape. That's why I would say, they're raping me, they're raping me, they're raping me. The past few months, where I went from this like pioneering, sentimental, caring, compassionate guy just trying to express what I was learning and help as I'm trying to make my album, and the world is just not letting me. And I have to fight people for my life. And everywhere I look for help, they perpetuate the hurt. They make it worse and they're happy about it. I get to really see the system that I'm trying to free and push away from me. Then I went to, they're raping me, they're raping me. The embodiment of that energy showed up. And then I left. I didn't talk to him. I just moved over here. I left. And then in 2 other locations, every time I showed up, he would show up. So eventually I went up and talked to him, and all he wanted to talk about was, he was saying things that I already knew, like things that that would be valuable to teach, like adrenal triphosphate, ATP, fasting, sunlight, probiotics, higher entity beings that can puppet multiple people at once, complex systems of intelligence. And then he kept just spouting in my face how many guns he owns and how dangerous he is at fighting. It's a police officer that keeps wanting to tell me how easy it would be for him to kill me. And I'm just sipping a Coca-Cola, talking to a kid with schizophrenia that's obviously suffering. He's at a Dollar General, like I used to work at Dollar Tree, but he's like a real schizophrenic. He doesn't have any, his skin's pale, he doesn't have any muscle, his eyes are sunken in black, and he's just suffering, and I can tell that he's suffering, so I'm just like throwing out Sagittarian confidence, like, yo, you need rest. Like everything he said, he's like, my eyes are black. I'm like, you just need rest, bro. And then this guy, this police officer, is trying to bully everybody in the place. So I'm trying to push him back and like show him whatever, but I'm tired. It's whatever. Then a dog came out after it felt like he's an energy vampire. They do their big and bad thing that they think that they're protecting the community and they think that they deserve this power and authority and respect. In the public, it's usually like weaker women will play into it because they're like, I love white culture, I identify with white culture. But everybody knows if shit hits the fan, that guy that he says is going to protect you is showing up with his guns and his skills, and he's going to rape your daughter. And we know it. To anyone that has their head up and they pay attention, it's so easy to spot. Maybe I just have a lot of pedophiles in my past, that I'm able to recognize people that value control because it means that they have a way to say, I'm going to do this and you can't stop me. Whether it's right or wrong, it's what I want to do. So that was the person. An energy that I unpacked and now I have to think about all day and push back and come to a better conclusion on reality. As I'm getting tarot readers that talk about, oh, you're trapped and you're suffering in another place. You were in one place. Here's the butterfly going right to left. You were in one place and now you're moving to the next place. You're in a transitional phase and you're stuck. And they just go off about how important and unique I am. And all the things that I'm capable of and how much is coming if I just stop talking to you, because you're cross watchers, you don't care, you don't like, you don't comment, whatever, you don't support the channel, you're waiting to see me fall, you're waiting to see what happens next. They say 33 Life Path Sagittarius, you're not here to entertain mere mortals. You're here to do things you couldn't even imagine right now. And then a police siren will go off, and then somebody will come up coughing, and then a group of kids that I think are friendly are questioning me, and I can feel the demon attached to them, and it's trying to infiltrate the side of my head, and then I try to fight it back, and then the crows will show up, and they'll all start cawing, and then they start doing different things that I didn't realize that they could do before, just to rape out all the special energy that I spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to house in my body. And it was a lot easier in my cat element, but I think I've been so degraded psychologically from all my traumas that it's hard. I've completely disassociated from social conditioning while also being stuck in society. And I'm able to try to free myself, and I'm learning how to motivate. You heard me? Picking up what I'm putting down? But I guess there's a coven that's watching. All the time there's a coven that's watching, and that's why they know to send the crows, and I fall asleep and have dreams that I'm talking to them. And I guess there's a rich man watching this channel that wants to recruit me, and sometimes he's on the fence about making money from me. He's trying to figure out how to recruit me to make money and profit off of me when I'm here in a system without money, and that with 33 life paths, the universe will just provide everything that you need when you need it, supposedly. And I mean, I've had a schizophrenic man walk up and throw himself at my feet and say if I can solve this problem in his life, he'll give me a car for free. And I did, and I got a car, and I was able to travel around Vermont and continue the mission. I found a bike. I found the bear hat with the mukwa, the hat that I wear. I found all the different stuff, all these cool little unique things. I went down O'Brien Road, and I found a little action figure that looks like how I look now, way back in the day.